everybody, welcome to another week of Widsom Wednesday. Hope you all are having a fabulous week so far. My name is Kristen Gear. I am the Area Director for the Northeast Valley for BNI Arizona, so thank you so much for joining me on another week's education. Make sure after you watch this to log one chapter education unit for watching this video. I really do appreciate all of the views. I know last week was super popular. We had over 800 views so far on just last week. So thank you so much for keep watching the videos. So this week, if you guys haven't already heard from the past couple weeks that I've been talking about this, guess what's starting next week, guys? It's already here. Member Extravaganza is starting next week. Aren't you excited? I know I'm excited. So I wanted to just give you a couple tips to prepare for Member Extravaganza because we all want to qualify, right? All of our chapters want to qualify because all of the members that sponsor new members during Member Extravaganza will get entered to win a all-paid trip on a cruise, which is so awesome. Hey Barbara, thanks so much for joining. So I wanted to give you guys some tips on how to be super successful for Member Extravaganza. The first thing that I wanted to go over is open business days. So how many of you have a planned open business day in the next couple months? I know my chapter does. And if you haven't already done so, make sure leadership teams or event coordinators, make sure that you're emailing Maria at the BNI office, so office@bniarizona.com. Let them know exactly when your open business day is, so that way we can put it on the BNI Arizona calendar. The best thing to do is to get some more visibility for your big day. Also, create a Facebook event for your open business day, so that way your members can easily share it with all of their contacts. So that way we get more buzz. If we have 60 chapters creating Facebook events for their open business days, that is going to create some major buzz on social media. So let's do it, guys. Let's create those events. Send your information over to the BNI office so that way we can get more visibility on the BNI Arizona calendar. I know I constantly get connections from people asking about BNI events, and I take them and show them where that BNI Arizona calendar is. So the more we put our events on the BNI Arizona calendar, the better. Thanks, Julie. So that's the first thing. We want to make sure that we're getting more visibility for our events. The second thing is visitors. So what better thing to do is for the visitors. We actually had a education piece from Nate Dominguez on Monday at Elevate, and it was all about leaving money on the table when it comes to visitors. If you've gone through the Member Success Program training recently, you'll know that we actually give a statistic that approximately $1,500 comes from visitors. And thank you for closed business. So that's why we're really focusing on visitors for the next couple months, because it's going to help your chapters, your businesses, and it's funny that Nate mentioned it because I've heard it too, but I've heard from members like, oh, BNI just wants us to get visitors because it's going to make BNI more money. Let's shift the thinking on that, guys. Because you're in BNI to make money, but is that not fair to say BNI can't make money? That's silly. So if you're talking about that, let's nip that in the bud. So visitors, they actually pulled the numbers from Built More Power, and it came out to where visitors, they were receiving approximately $965 per visitor that was coming into the chapter. How many of you know that you have missed recording Thank You for Closed Business from a visitor? How many of you did not know that in the drop-down menu when you record Thank You for Closed Business, at the very bottom of your chapter list, so in that drop-down you have all of your chapter members' names. And at the very bottom, there's an option that says BNI and an option that says visitor. Now, this is where you're going to record the thank you for closed business that you receive from a visitor visiting your chapter. We want to make sure that we're recording that, guys, because that really helps the numbers and the statistics that show how much money that we are receiving from visitors. So we get a lot of visibility from visitors, no matter if they join the chapter or not. The whole meeting, the purpose of BNI meetings, it's all for the visitors, guys. We're there to educate the room of exactly what we do. That's our sales force. And when visitors come in the room, they're hearing everybody's information for the very first time. So you never know who's visiting that day that is going to need your products and services, which is even more important to make sure your 30 to 60 second presentations are specific. So to be terrific, you have to be specific. So make sure that you're always specific. Bring your A game every single week because you never know who's going to need your products and services. Now, the biggest thing after the visitors come to your open business days during Member Extravaganza, in order for them to come back and to apply for membership, we want to make sure to follow up, guys. The fortune is in the follow-up. Mike Derryberry during Elevate gave us some amazing statistics, and I'll have him send me the visual and I'll post it in the comments this afternoon. But it's alarming how many companies, because you can apply this to your company as well, how many business professionals do not follow up. And studies show that people do business after the 5th to 12th contact. That's crazy. I know a lot of our chapters have put together some amazing follow-up processes. And if you guys have some amazing follow-up processes that your chapter does, maybe it's unique to your chapter, share it in the comments below, and so that way we can help all of the chapters around town on the follow-up piece. So what are some awesome ways to follow up with visitors? Guys can start commenting now if you have some ideas, but making that personal phone call, having one-to-ones with visitors. You guys, if your chapter has a strategic plan on follow-up, if you're a member and you notice a visitor has visited the chapter and they might be a potential power partner for you, don't wait. Reach out to them. Be proactive and reach out to those visitors. Set up a one-to-one. Connect with them. Send them an email, text, thank them for coming. Sending them a card. I know that a lot of our chapters are using send-out cards to send out personal thank you cards to our visitors. Connect with them on social media. Find out exactly what they're about. So power teams, definitely make sure to reach out to these visitors. That should be the minimum to be done with these visitors. Because what I hear a lot of times, guys, is visitors are visiting chapters, but they're checking out all different ones, and guess where they land? They land to the ones that follow up with them. I constantly hear visitors thank chapters for being the only chapter that followed up with them. How crazy is that? So every chapter should be following up at least 5 to 12 times, guys. So let's make sure to follow up with them. Yes, Julie, schedule a one-to-one and let them know all of the benefits of being in your chapter, as well as connect them with other power partners in your chapter. So if you're on the power team, if you're already scheduled to connect with the visitors that day, connect them with more members in the chapter, because the more people they connect with and start to build that relationship with, the more they're going to want to come back and build that relationship even further with becoming a member of the chapter. So first things first, guys, make sure to get those open business days on the BNI Arizona calendar. That way we can get some more visibility for you guys. Make sure we're not leaving money on the table with visitors. Make sure we are recording that thank you for closed business. So if you're getting business from a visitor, let us know. If you have some awesome thank you for closed business stories about receiving business from a visitor, post those in the comments below too. I love to hear those stories. We actually had a member receive a huge amount of thank you for closed business from a visitor who the visitor literally told the chapter that she had no intention of visiting the chapter and she would never be back. And that member, in result of that one person just coming that one time, got a huge amount of business. So we're leaving money on the table. If someone, don't decide for someone if they want to come to BNI or not. Just invite them to a meeting. The best thing about BNI, guys, is you don't have to explain BNI. All you have to do is invite them to a meeting and it will speak for itself. They will love the camaraderie and the energy and the interactions from all the members and the stories during the referral and testimonial piece of the meeting. They're going to love that. So you don't have to sell BNI. All you have to do is invite them to a meeting and everything will come together, especially if you're following up. So follow up, follow up, follow up. And if you guys put together awesome strategies for following up, especially starting with Member Extravaganza, you will notice a huge difference and your chapters will then qualify and your members are going to reap the benefits of the Member Extravaganza time. So it starts April 1st, guys, next week. So next week through the end of May. So applications have to be dated during that time frame. If you already had an open business day last week, if that application's dated in March, it does not count, even if the member is inducted in April. So make sure that you're planning open business days during April and May. So if you have an open business day at the end of May and application comes in, if the application date is still in May, but they're inducted in June, then you're still okay. So there's going to be a couple week leeway for applications coming in once that deadline cuts off, but the date that we're going to base those applications on is the date on the application during that Member Extravaganza time frame. And I'll post the flyer again too for you guys for Member Extravaganza that has all the details on dates and the amazing prizes, and the chapter that gets 6 new members first wins a $300 prize, and with the chapter that gets the most new members during Member Extravaganza will also win a $300 prize. So you can treat your chapter for being so successful during Member Extravaganza. It's going to be so much fun, guys. Can't wait to see all of your events being posted. Make sure that we share the love. If you see other members and other chapters sharing their event, share it. You never know if some of your contacts, a different day or time may work for them. So we have chapters that meet on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, morning time and afternoon. We do not have chapters that meet on Mondays or Fridays, just in case you have some visitors that ask some of the details. So if you have any questions, definitely let me know. Get ready for Member Extravaganza, guys. So excited. Can't wait to see all your events. Make sure to post your success stories in the comments and also post your awesome follow-up ideas in the comments below as well, so that way we can share those ideas and make everyone have a successful Member Extravaganza. All right, guys, we will see you next week. Have a great day.